So one thing about it and two things for sure. Remember, it's okay to rest. It's okay to say not today. It's okay to acknowledge your feelings, your emotions, and your thoughts. It's okay to say I'm not in the mood today. It's okay to say I'm not going to work today because I am not in the proper mental or physical state that's going to sustain me right now. It's okay to say I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean. It's okay to acknowledge you are tired. It's okay to acknowledge that you're sad because you don't have a circle of friends or family that you can confide in, be around. And it's okay to acknowledge because of that, you feel lonely. It's okay to acknowledge that you don't want to work 8 days in a row until you get an off day, that you want work balance. It's okay to quit a job, just don't quit on yourself. It's okay to acknowledge the right doings that you have done and the wrong doings that you have done that led to the direction of your life and where it is, how it came to be. It's okay to acknowledge that everything that happened to you was not your fault. And it's okay to acknowledge that you don't have to take on the burdens and responsibility of other people. It's okay to say, hey, I would like a drink today, but try your best not to have one. And if you decide to, you decide to. It's your life. But if you know that you're more easily to fall off the wagon, because one drink turns to two, and two turns to four, and four turns until you finish in that bottle, then know thyself and be true and find something to redirect your energy. Find a reason to say not today and not to give into that temptation. Because when you live alone and you don't know how to find different outlets to process your feelings and emotions, you will turn to substances to cope with how you're feeling because you don't want to feel that way. And it's perfectly all right to acknowledge you don't want to feel that way. It's perfectly okay to want to be in a loving, kind, and caring relationship with yourself and somebody else. Because being single is not all that is cracked up to be. Being the strongest is not all that is cracked up to be. Not having the support you need is not all that is cracked up to be. Then after a while of you not having it for so long, you tend to start pushing people away because you don't trust nobody. You feel like people are going to snake you, so you're just waiting for the ball to drop. And unfortunately, you end up self-sabotaging your own blessings because it's a cycle that you keep taking yourself through thinking that other people are going to snake you. And before they get a chance to do it, you do it to yourself. It's okay to say, I'm not going to give of myself today. I want to keep my energy for me. It's okay to acknowledge that you've made some mistakes in your life. Just learn from them. It's okay to say, I no longer want to have a relationship with that toxic family member, with that toxic friend, with that toxic lover. It's okay to acknowledge the toxicity in your own life and to make the decision that's best for you not to be around that. It's okay to ask God, when is it going to be my turn because I've waited long enough? And become frustrated at the fact of all that you have been through and you're still going through some of those things. You're still having to deal with and endure some of those things. It's okay to say, God, I'm tired of this long suffering. But you also have to acknowledge the long suffering that you've put yourself through by not taking the time to heal and acknowledge what you have done to put yourself in those situations. Because everybody is not to blame for your choices. Yes, yes, it's okay to say today, I don't want to be alone. I need a friend. I need someone to listen to what I'm saying, to feel me out, because today it's not an okay day. Yes, it's okay to not offer an explanation to why it is that you do what you do. Yes, it's okay to say, I'm doing me today and only me. Yes, it's okay to call people out on their BS, but just make sure you're not pointing any fingers, because everybody's got some. Yes, it's okay to acknowledge you got tricked out of some blessings, whether it be by others or self. And yes, it's okay to be angry because of that. Just don't stay angry. It's okay to acknowledge that some of the things you went through hurt and were unfair and were purposely and maliciously done. And it's okay to heal in your timing, because your timing isn't everybody else's time. Your thoughts ain't everybody else's thoughts. And your ways aren't everybody else's waves, though you can find some people that you can relate to on that frequency. You are you and they are them. It's okay to acknowledge that you are not above those same situations happening to you. And most importantly, it is always okay to forgive yourself, because that is self-love.